Like, I love the energy here.
This meeting is being recorded.
Uh, so yeah, I'll be sharing my screen as to what we'll be doing for today. And also, if you don't have a pen and paper ready with you, just bring it along so that we can have some fun later in a few minutes, so that we can write something together. And yeah, I'll be sharing my screen now. I'll be presenting what we'll be doing today. And also, it's not like a classroom setting. I just made this right so that we know what we are doing, and we know what comes next, so that you're not rushed. What is it saying like that? So yeah, just give me a sec. I'll be sharing my screen. I don't know why I'm not able to share my screen. Uh, Priyanshi, is it possible if I send the PPT and someone can present from the other side, from anyone from the panel team?
Yes, you could share it to me. I'll try to share it.
So sorry to
Yeah, I
interrupt.
have sent.
एक second. Sorry to interrupt. Anmol, just check it out ना. Sir के पास I guess sharing का access नहीं है. वो access दे दे.
No, I have the access, but I'm not able to
Okay.
share it. I mean, from this browser, I'm not able to do it.
Okay.
So that's the reason. And I see that more people have joined. Hello all, how are you doing today? Hello Ayushika, how are you doing? Good afternoon. So till they figure out and share the screen, why don't we talk about, some you can put it in the chat. What do you like about stories? What do you like about characters in general? What kind of characters do you like? Or if anyone has, if anyone has seen Friends, which character do you like in Friends? Chandra says Ashta. So what do you like about Chandra and Ashta? Pallavi says, I like characters who are lost in themselves but appear so perfect before the world. Wow, that's nice. So Pallavi, is it like more of a deeper perspective to them? You know, something deep is going on within them, and still they put on that smile. Huh? Even Sakshi says Chandra. Wow. So what do you like about Chandra, Sakshi? So Pallavi, have you tried creating a character before where you had this deep uh, personality to them, where mm, they were lost, and you? I mean, did you create a character around it? Abhipsha says, reading stories is like being transported into a different universe. You can forget about your current lives and problems for a good few moments and live a new, different life. Through the characters in the books. Wow, that's absolutely correct, Avipsha. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. Asta says the fact that he's funny and sarcastic. Hmm. So we can create a character around funny and sarcastic too today. That's a good idea. And Sakshi says, for Chandler, his ability to use sarcasm as a way of protection from pain and ever situations. Hmm. Nice. Let's see what Abhipsha says again. In other words, escapism is why I read books and I like reading. Wow, that's nice. So, what are the books that you read before, Abhipsha, that you liked it very much? That you felt so nice reading the characters in the book. Priyanshi says, I like the characters that are flawed, yet have a very natural sort of kindness to them, and I read mostly for escapism. That's nice. So I liked this character. Okay, I didn't read the book, but there was a movie called All the Bright Places. So the character in that movie was so well written. I mean, uh, no one knew. I mean, if someone has seen the movie, the character is basically like the boy over there, the character, the boy, you can say the hero. He tries to not judge people and all, and also again he has a different side. There's a different story to him all over again. So I like the way it's written, the character of that. Shruti says, Shruti Agarwal, uh, what are some of your favorite novels? I mean, for me, I'm more into the genre of romance. So for me, the way Nicholas Sparks write characters, the author's name is Nicholas Sparks. So for me, the way he writes, he describes the characters like very beautiful, like their emotions and all. He describes it very beautiful. So I like his books. So Abhipsha says all the bright praises by, yeah, like I really loved the characters in it. I mean the way. So I mean it was so nice watching it. I mean I don't have words. So okay, let's see what Pallavi says. Yes, sir. I wrote a story last year where everything was perfect with the character and all the other characters admired her. But when she returns to her place each day, she turns into someone who really is, and her personality is somewhat of psycho killer, who is absolutely clean and there's no stain of bread. Here, I mean, mentally unstable and lost in the time zones. Wow, interesting. Uh, Theodore Finch is an incredible written character. Mhm. So tell me more about the character Absha. Like, what do you like about the character? How is it well written and all? And what do the others from the what do the others think? Whether she is Prishta, Shukla, Kuldeep, Joshna, Ayushi, Rupari, Swati, Gaurav, Vishruti, Shakshi, Chetna, Nikita, Ritesh, Thakur. Anirban said hi in the beginning and he went away, I guess. Hi, Anirban, are you there? We'll just start off, like, give us 2 minutes, we'll start off. We are trying to figure out with the PPT what to do. So, Ria, will it take more time or it's almost done? I mean, I sent it to the email of Aurora.
Yeah, it's almost done. Please wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really like the way everyone is interacting, and also the ones who are attending might be thinking of their favorite character as well. You all might be thinking, what was the last time? When was the last time you read a very good character and you really liked it? I mean, and for me, the thing what I like personally about writing characters is I like showing them through a emotional side to them. I mean, many authors describe characters with the way they look, what they wear, and all, right? So for me, it's like I want to describe the character by describing them emotionally. I mean, the way the character feels and all. Asta says Joe March remains my favorite. Asta, tell us more about Joe March. And also in the participants, how many of you all really like writing? I mean, have you written something or do you want to write something, or did you feel that you really want to write but you couldn't write? Okay, Vidushri says, I really like those characters who which appear perfect to the world but are completely broken inside. Kind of be strong. You never know whom you might be inspiring. Okay. Asa says, I like the fact that she's strong and independent character who doesn't want to conform to societal norms. Nice about Joe March. That's nice. Pallavi says, like no words can describe Joe March. Her character is so deep and really thought and appears to be real. Nice. I mean, where is Jomaj? I mean, I haven't read Jomaj, the character Jomaj. Which book is this from? Acha, Little Woman. By which author? Sakshi says, yeah, that's so good. That's why people relate to your characters. They go to the inside of what the person is feeling in terms of emotions. In real life, we don't get to see people's emotions, but then we can understand the emotions by reading. That's a huge benefit of reading and understanding characters in a written context. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what I really like about books is, compared to movies, in movies, you don't get to see much of what's happening inside the person, what the person is feeling inside. But books, I mean, you're able to read what's happening inside the person. Most of the books, you're able to read what's happening inside, what's there, what is the person feeling, and you get to read all the thought process that the person is going through at the moment. So I like that about it. So yeah, thank you for sharing the screen, Priyanshi, and we and I, thank everyone from the audience for responding. Uh, yeah, so that is what we are here for today, so that we can have a conversation, we can discuss things together, we can know something. Uh, so this is what we'll be doing today, which is we'll have a short session about character development. We'll have a short writing exercise. I mean, not very big, but a little short. And then we'll have a question and answer where you get to ask questions, and I'll be answering them for you all. And also, we'll have a book launch of mine where I recently my new book got published, a short story, and I'm very excited to launch it in front of you all. I'm I'm really excited to launch it in front by the means of Kalamkaar, because I've been here last year. I've been here this year as well. I mean, I'm really happy for that. So yeah, we'll be doing all this today, and let's begin. Next slide, Priyanshi. Okay, and also whatever is coming up next is more like an interaction, just like the way we have been interacting together. So yeah, so my first question to all of you in the audience, why do you think is developing a character really important? Any answers, any guesses? Why do you think it's really important to develop a character?
It keeps the readers interested and shows growth in the character.
Okay, that's one.
I
Any
also
more
think that
answers?
I also think that it makes the story more dynamic and not just monotonous. Like we see a character grow from one phase to another, and we can relate. The readers can kind of relate to a character's character growth and development.
Yeah, that's true. Another says to represent your thoughts through him. Yeah, that's correct. Ritesh says so that people can see themselves in the characters, can find themselves in the characters. Yeah, that's true. True. Pallavi says because the course of action revolves around the character, so the development of uh, chacha with different aspects change the flow of the story. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, all of you, whatever you have said is correct. Um, so I'll tell you, for me, why I think character development is important is no matter how see the story you're writing, no matter how normal it might be, or no matter if the story is already there, or if someone has already written. I mean, there's nothing new to your story. But what makes it very interesting, what makes it feel nice or real, or or what makes the story engaging is the character that you develop. So your character speaks for your whole story. You might have a very good plot. You might have a very interesting story. But what makes your story more interesting is the way you develop your character, the way you speak about your character. So for me, that is why I feel character development, working so much on your character, is so important. I mean, even in real life, right? What makes people interesting is everyone are different. I mean, you might see a lot of people around you. I mean, me, Sakshi, Abhipsha, Pallavi, Asta. Ritesh. Everyone is different in their own way. Everyone has a different character to them. So, which that is what makes us interesting, right? So yeah, even in the story, that is why the character development is so important. Next. Okay. So now how do you think you can develop a character? Any guesses? Answers to, not guesses,
Through
answers,
experiences.
experiences. Okay. So is it like real life experience, or you can keep any experience?
Like a character develops throughout story, through the experiences that that character faces.
Okay, experiences to the story. Okay. Uh, Sakshi says determination of the background childhood. Okay. Any more answers? Ritesh, Anirvan, Sakshi, Ritesh, Pallavi.
I think that, like how Astha said, through experiences. I also think that a character can develop through experiences of the other characters around them.
Okay. So more like interacting with the other characters, and then over
Yes,
a
yes,
period of time change. Okay.
exactly.
Okay, nice. Hmm. Okay. Any more answers from Vidushi, Kuldeep, Rupari, Swati, Gaurav, Vanshika, Sprishti, Rahul, Chetna, Ayushi? Any more answers? Okay, Sakshi says from where does the character grow? Yeah, I'm sorry, I lost connection. I joined back. Mm. Okay. So, like you all mentioned, a character can be developed that way. Uh, and also for me, the way I develop a character is, uh, I first think, what I want to write about. So, mm, I take my characters from real life experiences. Okay. So, for example, uh, if I'm taking a story of uh, where there are conflicts in the family, and you know and also the character is bullied in the school. So if the other side is very complex, if the character is dealing with complex emotions, is dealing with a toxic environment and all, then I write the reactions of the character to it. I mean, everyone has a certain reaction to it, right? So I develop that, and I write that, and I also write how the character evolves from there, how the character grows from it, how the character sees. So I mean, everyone has a different way of seeing at things, right? I mean, if you have a toxic environment around you might see it in a different way. I might see it in a different way. So I develop the character in a way that uh, I want the character to for me it's like I want the character to grow. Okay, I want the character to learn something from the environment and not you know uh, just surrender to the environment. I want the character to fight the toxic environment. So what I do is uh, I provide situations where the character bounces back, the character gets strong. Maybe the character meets a new friend, or like someone said, they develop based on others' thinking or whatever. So I create situations where the character uh, develops by someone or looking at a situation. For example, I'll give a basic example. Okay, you might be an introvert, and you want to be an extrovert, and it's not easy. I mean, when you're an introvert for so long and you suddenly want to be an extrovert, it's not so easy, right? So for me, here in the story, I create situations for the character where uh, there are so many instances where the character has to be an extrovert. So, for example, I create an instance where the character has to do something or travel to another place, to get her degree or whatever. So I mean, for me, I want the character to develop. I want to create a scope for the character to develop. So that is one thing I do. I do in my stories. I create situations. And what do you think? What more can be done in the character development part? Were you able to follow me or lost completely? Or
No, yeah, Sharad, we were able to follow you. I was just thinking what else could be, like, except for putting a character into a compelling situation where they
hmm,
are not used to it, what else could be done? I think, like, when we put a character on a compelling situation, we
hmm,
there's a time that the character overcomes it, right? So
hmm,
another thing can be done is that every person has a set of beliefs
hmm,
or a set of mantras through which they go through life. Maybe we
hmm,
can put a character into situations as such where their life's mantra is failing them, and hence they're in a sort of identity crisis. So that is another way to develop the character.
yeah, that's correct. Any more answers? Anyone has more ideas on developing characters? Pallavi says, got me. Okay. What do you think,
Yeah,
Pallavi? How can you? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, thinking about development of a character, undergoing a situation, definitely nothing is gonna be happening very quickly and swiftly. It will take
Hmm.
time. So that time period should be used in a way that characters should feel a little uncomfortable, because there's nothing that people can do or character can do being in their safe zone or their comfort zone. So if
Hmm.
there is a push, so there is some, like you mentioned, like, there should be a friend making new friends or somebody. So character development can be also done with an external character. Maybe that character should not be revealed. Like, we have a lot many ghost stories and other
Hmm.
places where there are characters which are not properly shown in the movies or in the books, but they force the main character or the protagonist into such course of action which pushes them to move out of that situation. So maybe something that is external but can help the character to develop into something better.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, Asta says weaving different dilemmas, moral or ethical. Okay, all right, that's a nice idea too. So what more you can do is, uh, see, if you have a character, the character's personality speaks more about the character, right? So you can write more about uh, what made the character develop that kind of a character. You can write more. I mean, it depends on your story. Okay, if your story demands, if you want people to read the backdrop of the character's character, what made the character uh, change into the person he or she is now, or see, everyone, the personality of the character will definitely have a reason for that, for developing that type of personality. So you can add more of a childhood experience, or if the character is very cold, what made the character cold, what made the character turn that way. So you can add that. And okay, Priyanshi says maybe just showing the mental struggles in normal days. Maybe the character is a naturally anxious person and every day perhaps is a struggle. I feel like in place of simply dynamically affecting a character, we can show a lot through monotonous stuff. Yeah, that's correct too. So, and also and another interesting aspect, I read a book called Wonder. Okay, so there are like 4 5 characters in the story. So the story was written in a way that I liked the narration of it. So basically every narration you see, you have like someone is narrating a story, a third person is narrating, or the character himself is describing the story for you, right? So, but in that book, how it was written was, uh, for example, if I'm the boy and there's another girl, my sister in the story. So we are 2 characters, okay? And also there is my sister's friend too. So, for example, so the story was written in a way where first I was describing a situation in the story, like this happened with my sister, we fought this, etc. And then I am describing the flow. I mean, we went there, here, etc. So the same thing again, the story, at wherever I stopped narrating the story, from there another, my sister picks the story again. My sister has a perspective to it, the same whatever I was narrating, she has a perspective to it, and she takes the story forward. So I mean, it was written in a way that uh, they are describing the story, and at the same time everyone has their own narration to the story. The story is moving forward, okay? We can know what's happening in the story, but at the same time everyone has a narration to it, everyone is able to narrate the story. And by the narration, by whatever the field, we can know what kind of a character is it. And when I read that, I was like amazed. Like, it was a nice narration, it was a nice character development there. So you can do that as well. You can show why a character developed the way they are right now. you you can, as add a few aspects on how the character changes over a period of time. Like I said, you can add a funny element to the character. Like many of you said, you like Chandler from Friends, right? So you can think, what made you like that character so much? What was there in that character that you were like, oh wow, this character is so nice? What made you think that way? So you can think this. I mean, when you think this, you get certain points, right? The character has that. The character had this. So when you have a list of things with you, that okay, my character should have this, and this, then you can go on with developing your own character around it. And also, you might think, no, that and also, yeah, you can do this as well. Everyone, all of you here might have a personality to you which you have, but you are either shy to show, or you don't want to show it to others, or maybe you are hesitant to bring it out, the personality in you, a side of you which you have, but you're not comfortable bringing it out, so that you can portray into your character whatever whatever you want to hide, or you're not shy, you are shy sharing to others. That personality you can write the same thing as a character, so you can do that too. uh, yeah, anyone from the audience has something to share? What do you think? Anyone from the attendees? Rahul, Vidushi, Smriti, Ritesh, Swati, Chetna, Nikita, Kuldeep, Ayushi, Rupali. What do you think? How do you think you can develop a character?
So like you mentioned, that there are things that we do not want to portray in the character, but that character has those things, those traits in them. So with time, that character needs to develop inner courage to confess those things, that these things did happen and these things did make him or her feel this way. And now is the time to just revert, just go back and bounce back that thing that you mentioned in the beginning, that bouncing back is the best point about any character. So that way, like, the development of courage over time should happen for proper development of a character to be seen in the story, to accept, to forgive these things. Like, I believe these things are very important. Any character that we see in any movies or in any stories we read. So, like, even if we talk about horror genre, so like all the horror movies, all those characters who were once afraid of the ghost and spirits, they fight back in the end. That only happens because they collect their courage for their family or for their loved ones. So that thing is for somebody they love, who are beloved to them. But when talking about characters in specific in and specifically in books, I'd say characters should collect courage for themselves to stand on their feet and accept things and then fight for it.
Nice, Paravi. That's nice. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. So that brings me back to a character I had written. Okay. Again, what many people might tell you that this character will be funny. You should write this character. You should only that character will be engaging, or your character should be this way. So for me, I especially feel that there's no full stop for your character. I mean, don't be afraid or don't be shy to write about the character. Your character, it's okay if your character doesn't move on, or if your character is not perfect. So just write whatever you want to portray in the character, just write it. So I had written a character, okay, before, where the character uh, falls in love with someone and is not able to move on. And the character still doesn't move on even if the story ends. So so I know, I mean, what, for me, I felt that I wanted to write that character because when people read that character, they want I wanted them to see themselves. I mean, not everyone are able to move on quick in that situation. So I wanted them to be there in that character, feel the character, just be there in that character. So I have a different idea here. I wanted to write a character who doesn't move on. Pallavi said she wants to write a character where the character should fight back. So everyone has their own opinions. So think what would make your character engaging. Think what you want to write, or what kind of a character do you want to develop. That is important. So moving on, that is about developing a character. Next, so we'll have a quick writing exercise. Okay, I mean, it's funny, it's very nice. It will be a good experience. So the thing is, you don't have to write a page or something. Just write like 4 or 5 lines, and so the exercise goes this way. Okay, take a non-living thing. Okay, and put it a name, any name, whatever name you write, and describe the character. So here I gave an example. I didn't write it completely. This was just for an example, and I also didn't develop it perfectly. It was just for giving an example. So hi, my name is Mr. Banana. I'm quite tall and handsome, and I like the way I look. My favorite color is yellow, but maybe people don't like that on me. So sometimes I wear black too. So here I'm describing the banana. Okay, the banana is tall. So the banana says that it's handsome. The favorite color is yellow because the banana has that layer to it, right? Yellow layer. And black it becomes when the banana is there for quite a long time. So we'll do this. Can we do this? Is it interesting, or can we do something different? Have you all got any suggestions?
No, I think this is a very fun exercise, and I'm very excited to give it a shot.
Yeah, let's do it then. Abhipsa, let's see what Abhipsa comes up with.
I can take 5 minutes, right, to compose
Yeah,
my.
yeah, yeah. You can take 5 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Priyanshi says, "Hi, I'm Miss Broom." So, Miss Broom, what do you do? Can Can you tell us more about you? Okay, fine.
I have one, like all based on the same thing, same pattern.
Hmm. Go on,
So
Pallavi, tell us.
yeah, so like, hey, my name is Swashi, and I love neatness, and my favorite color is white. But people don't like me and don't like that neatness about me, so sometimes I turn black. So I'm talking about an eraser whose name is Swashi. Like our favorite color is white and loves neatness, but people don't like it. They don't keep it with that, caution, and then it turns dark and dirty.
See, it's just an eraser, but the name itself, when you gave a different name, it made the eraser sound so interesting. I mean, that was nice.
Thank
Another,
you.
yeah. Another says, "Hi, I'm Mr. Earphone. I'm slim and tall. I'm usually black, but can come with different colors. People usually wear me, and I have to kiss their I have to kiss their ears. Wow, that's funny." So, Mr. Earphone, what more do you have to do? Is that it? Do you do something else too? Can you tell us more about you? Okay. Are you writing? Oh, yeah, sorry. 5 minutes are not over. I'm sorry. Okay, Sakshi. Hi, I'm Miss Viper. I have a really beautiful body, also remain model like. Some people call me anorexic, but my eternal love is water. Okay, but my eternal love is water. It always clings to me. People have love holding and swinging me along. But yeah, I never leave my water very flexible, very adjusting. Nice, that's nice. I guess everyone are writers here. Wow, that's nice. Actually, I like it. I liked it. So see how interesting it's making the Viper look. I mean, just adding some lines, adding a name to it. That's nice. Okay, Asta says, "Hi, I am Doctor Sock. I try to protect people from the cold, and mostly I'm paired with my companions, Mr. Shoes. Okay. Sometimes I can get smelly if I don't wash myself in the washing machine. Dogs love to play with me. Nice. So, Dr. Sock is Mr. Shoes your soulmate? Okay, Anirban, again, earphone this side. I also have to poke my wrong legs inside a box like thing people usually call mobile phone. My voice gets choked sometimes as I have to scream in their ears. Nice. Okay. Vidushi says, Hola, I'm Mr. Crossy Ant. You know me as a French pastry. People think I'm so bland, but add some chocolate or other flavors, and I'm yours, man. I know my laying habits have made me so twisted, but the baker has baked me with perfection, so I try to be easy on him. That's nice, Vidushi. I like the name Mr. Crossy Ant. Okay, Pallavi Hasa seems like incomplete without each other. Shoe and Sokka. Okay, it's Crossy Ant. I liked the name. Priyanshi says, mm, I'm Mrs. Broom and I'm quite tall and hairy. Humans have a habit of sliding my hair on the floors. I don't particularly like it, but I suppose my purpose is just limited. I wish to be away from the dust. I don't believe that my godlike amazing body should make should be made to sweep. When shall I receive justice? I'm sure I'd be perfect model for a shampoo commercial. That's nice. So when Priyanshi wrote about Miss Broom, it's more like मैं अपनी favorite हूँ. So that's more like a character of maybe that's more of a character of Miss Broom. Okay, Arpit. Hi, hello, Arpit. Hey, yes, you're looking at the the chat box. I go on passing people's texts from Ramos to wrong paragraphs. People who don't want to speak make use of me. Thus, I make many fans every day. Hehe. You have something to say? I'm right here for you. Wow. I mean, everyone are writers here. It's nice. It's wow. Like I like it. I mean, you people are writing it so nice that I'm saying everything nice. So you might think that I'm saying it just like that, but it's really nice. I like it. I mean, everyone has a unique concept. Some have a unique name, like nice. Yeah, wrote it so nice. So yeah, as you see, when you saw the earphones just as a earphone, when you saw the broom just as a broom, or when you saw the banana just as a banana, it was just a banana, a broom, earphone. But when you added a name to it, when you added when you added something to it, when you added a story, when you added a personality to it, it made it look so interesting. So that is why developing a character is so important. That is why the choice of words and developing your character, the way you want to develop your character is so important, because that is what makes it so interesting. So let's read Pallavi's. Hey, I'm Sen. People touch me with their sweaty hands, and I didn't like it. I love to wear my cap, but people lose it like anything. The pain is incomparable, but then they drag me all the time and carry me without care. Okay, I can feel the pen now. Okay, Rupari says, hi, my name is Ivy. I'm a jade plant that sits on a teenager's desk. I've currently seen the face of death twice now. My owner thinks I have infinite lives and can simply be uh, desur- resurrected with water every time. I'm starved for sunlight and basic nutrition. Someone, please come save me. See, it made the plant look so interesting. Made it look like the plant has some feelings too. So that is what describing your character makes the character. I mean, the way you describe adds the essence to your character. The way you're describing the emotions of your character talks more about the character. So that is why it's very important. Okay, let's read the last one. Abhipsha, let's read it and let's move on, okay? Because we are running out of time. So Abhipsha says, okay, Abhipsha says, I feel the best when I'm with these crabs. Monday mornings are my favorite part. When the sun peeks into the blinds in that secluded studio, the room devoid of any other soul except him, adoring his worn out grey button down and apron. He'll hold my belly stoic and strong, but smooth to touch, and with a flick of his wrist, he'll win up the canvas fabric, blank and white, a few minutes ago, now bright with hues of red, blue, and gold. The smile on his when the rims and face take from through my hard work keeps me alive and lively, a sign of appreciation of my hard work. It validates my hard work every minute. I'll dye my hair different colors of rainbow is perhaps not in vain. Some days, however, I'm left on sleeves for hours, cold and secluded when he, my master, crowded in confusion and agitation, forgets his studio, his canvas, his passion. I hate the rain those days, both from the crowded skies and his it is wow. It was nice. I mean, what I liked about this so much is it had so much description to it. Uh, it had those words describing it. I mean, for me, it had those words where you didn't describe it. For example, okay. For example, there are two ways to describe something, okay? You can write it good or you can write wonderful. So when you write wonderful, it sounds more, what? It sounds more good than good. So here the words were written like that. I mean, you choose wonderful instead of good. So when you choose words like those, it makes the character more interesting, and it makes people think more about the character, what the character is feeling and all. So I like that about this.
Thank you so much. I was writing about a paintbrush actually, and it came
Hmm.
into my mind because I'm sitting on my room, and in the corner of my desk, there's a holder full of paintbrushes, and I haven't painted in like 3 months. So that kind of reminded me to write about my paintbrushes. How would they feel if I'm not touching them for years and months?
Nice. Okay, we'll read one last one because this is a short one by Pallavi. Hi, I'm Notebook, sleeping in the Almara for 2 years now. Now I'm questioning my existence. Where did I come from? Nice.
Sharad, sorry to interrupt you. Actually, we have another webinar scheduled, so can we just wrap this up?
Yeah, sure. We'll do it in 5 minutes. So
Okay.
next, yeah. So this was the question and answer. So because there's another session in a few minutes, we'll go on with the next one. And also, if you all have any questions for me, and if you all want me to answer, anyone can leave that in the chat box or can reach out to me, and I'll be able to answer them for you. All right. So uh, this is about my book. I have written a short book called She Fell in Love with a Best Friend. It's basically a simple short story about a girl who falls in love with a best friend and who wants to confess her feelings to him, but is not sure if she should do that or not, because she's afraid that if she confesses her feelings, then maybe she might end up losing the friendship and all. So it's a story about that, if she ends up confessing her love or not, or what happens next in the story is all about the book. It's available on Amazon, and it's only for like 85 rupees or something. It's not so much of a cost. Thank you, Shruti. Yeah, so what we can do is we can take a few questions now. If you want to ask a few questions, we can take that up. We can take up one or two questions, and then we are good to go. So, do you all have any questions for me?
Yes, sure. I would like to ask something.
Yeah.
Um, as a writer, you're bound to have writer's block at times. So how do you deal with situations?
So for me, it's like when I have no idea what to write about, uh, or when I don't feel like writing about anything. I don't stress myself so much into writing. I should write something. I should write something. I don't stress myself so much. I give it a break. Okay. And when I don't know what to write about, I don't try writing pages. I just try writing a line. It might be anything, a simple line, a short line. So for a few days, I simply put myself in that. I mean, I just write those lines. I don't try writing so much out of it, and I continue writing one liners, two liners for a few days, and then suddenly. Mm, so what happens is when you're interacting with people, when you're having so many interactions around, uh, you might feel like writing about something, or let's say you happen to go to a friend who had a breakup. You can feel that emotion, and you want to write about it, right? But you're not able to find words. So what I do is I try writing only a two lines. Two lines are enough if you're not able to write. So eventually, over a period of time, again, I developed that. So that is how I deal with writer's block.
All right. Thank you so much for answering the question.
Welcome. One more question, if anyone has. Asta says, amazing. Thank you, Asta. To know to welcome. Yeah, so if no one has a question, the feedback form is shared. You can I hope you guys get it. It's a good story, trust me. And yeah, it was nice being here with you all. I felt nice interacting with you all, and everyone were attentive. And I hope you took something from this. And yeah, I hope you develop more characters. I hope you know start writing, write something, anything random. Yeah, that is it from me.
Thank you so much, Sharad, for joining us today. This was a really great session, and I'm sure everyone learned a lot. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
I extend my heartiest gratitude to Mr. Sharad Raj for this super delightful and enlightening afternoon convention. Now let's bring Astha, the English editor of Kalamkaar, on our screens to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sharad, for joining us today. And I'm sure everyone learned a lot. The session was very interactive, and the exercise was fun too. And congratulations on your book. I'll be sure to order it and read it. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you to all the attendees for gracing this afternoon. I'd urge you that before you wrap up for today, feel free to fill in the feedback forms. The link will be down in the chat box. Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you.